Lawyers for the government and the state of Texas were in front of an appeals court today arguing over the constitutionality of a Texas law which allows local officers to arrest and charge immigrants suspected of entering the country illegally. Skylar Henry has more from D.C.
A small group stood outside the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans, protesting against Texas's controversial immigration law known as SB4. It allows state and local officers to arrest and deport migrants suspected of entering the country illegally.
We drove like 20 hours from El Paso to get to New Orleans just to be here today.
Lawyers for Texas argued SB4 is needed, saying migrants are overrunning the border because immigration laws are not enforced.
This is the first situation ever where a federal judge has found, as a matter of fact, that federal officers are deliberately and, quote, disingenuously not enforcing federal law.
But the Department of Justice says it does enforce the law and that the federal government is the only entity with the authority to do so.
What SB4 says is that that person would be charged with a Texas crime brought before a Texas court, and that there's no room in the INA for that.
The case is expected to make its way to the Supreme Court, where justices will need to decide what power, if any, states have in creating their own immigration laws.
What Texas has done here is they have looked at the Supreme Court's precedent and they have tried to develop a statute that goes up to the line of Supreme Court precedent but allows Texas to protect the border. Now, to be fair, maybe Texas went too far.
Judges questioned the legality of the Texas law, citing a 2012 Supreme Court ruling striking Arizona's so-called Show Me Your Papers law, reaffirming the federal government's broad and undoubted power over immigration.
What are we supposed to do with Arizona? I know you say it wasn't right, but it's on the books.
Court observers say the Texas case may allow the new, more conservative Supreme Court to revisit the ruling. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has said that he would welcome the Supreme Court taking up SB4's fate and wants the court to overturn that 2012 decision.